so great to look out in this room and see so many friends. Just, it's overwhelming. It's really wonderful. Thank you so much for this award. I'm very honored. I'm not sure how I feel about the lifetime achievement part. I thought that was for people much older than me.
No, we're waiting for more.
Yeah, we're waiting for more. I was asked if this means I don't have to do anymore, and I said no, no, no. I still have a lot of righteous indignation left in me. And I joked to my colleagues today up at the Capitol. I was out shoveling snow and ice off my deck yesterday, and the way I feel today, I feel like I'm worthy of a Lifetime Achievement Award. Although I've never received an award like this since I watch the Oscars every year, and I did so again last night, stuck it out to the end, I know it's appropriate to first thank people. And I, of course, first have to thank my daughter Amanda, who nominated me and introduced me. Amanda grew up in Democratic politics, as did all my kids. It seems to have taken the most with her. Very proud of the articulate, passionate, and beautiful young woman that she's become. And way to go mentioning your organization's name, Amanda. Way to go. I love it. My other daughter, Catherine, is also here tonight. She's taking photographs. There she is. Catherine is our baby and is one of the most sensitive, perceptive, and caring people that I know. And she's also a great photographer, so she's taking pictures. My son Matthew can't be with us tonight because he's hard at work at Columbia Law School in New York, where he was just named managing editor of the Law Review. So I guess you figured out that I'm pretty proud of my kids. They would say I've helped them make them who they are, which Amanda just said, but they have also shaped me. They've made me who I am, and in ways that I continue to discover. And for those of you who have gotten to the point of having young adult children, it's great, isn't it? I'm grateful that my mother, Althea Rausch, is also here. She's right there. My mother is a kind and gentle person, but she's also very tough. She taught me to stand up for what you know is right, always, and to persevere. She and my sister Beth, who's also here, have been my biggest cheerleaders, there for me through thick and thin. I consider my husband Marty to be the best thing I ever got out of politics. Finally, after 28 years of phoning, door knocking, and fundraising for no pay, I was rewarded by meeting this marvelous man 2.5 years ago at a political event. Marty came here from Arkansas to work for Joe Biden and had no intention of staying. Luckily, I managed to change his mind, and I'm grateful for it every day. I have to thank two special women, one of whom is here with us tonight and one who isn't. First, Roxanne, one name only needed. Your campaign for governor inspired me to get involved in Democratic politics. I ran a phone bank for Roxanne at the Iowa Realty office on Douglas Avenue. That was my first job I ever did in Democratic politics. And years later, she met me and I'm like, you don't know who I am. And she said, oh, yes, I do. You ran a phone bank for me. Wow. You continue to inspire me and lead me. When I was Polk County Chair, you were very helpful. I look forward to helping you allow us to leave Mississippi behind. And the other person I have to thank, and she's been referred to tonight here already, is Louise Noun, with whom I worked at the Chrysalis Foundation for 4 years. I was always a little scared of Louise. And those of you who know her can probably relate to this. Toward the end of her life, I told her, you know, Louise, I've always been a little scared of you. She looked at me with a twinkle in her eye and said, that's okay. I know there are quite a few people who are just as scared of you. I've worked on many campaigns over the years, from school board to president. I consider myself unbelievably lucky to be a Democratic activist in Des Moines, Iowa, center of the political universe every 4 years. It has often been exciting and fun. Some might even see glamorous. I did get to go to DC and hobnob with Al Gore and the Clintons and all that, and that was really fun. But what I'm most proud of is helping to elect good people and getting some progressive laws passed. My work with Dawn has been very rewarding, raising money, working with some wonderful candidates, many of whom were elected and went on to pass good legislation. Is Janet Peterson still here? Oh, there she is. All right, sorry, Janet, I'm going to embarrass you. One of the best examples is Representative Janet Peterson, who, by the way, is Christy on our bench. I encouraged Janet to run 10 years ago, worked hard on her campaign. I then had the good sense to leave her alone for a while, until 2 years ago when I began work with the American Cancer Society and teamed up with her and a whole lot of other good people to pass the Smoke-Free Air Act. That law is saving lives every day, and it would not have happened without Janet and the Democratic leadership. So that's what makes my life work worth it, when I see people like Janet up at the legislature doing the things that she's doing. And there's other examples. Janet's my best one, and I just had to talk about it. So I'm glad you're here, Janet. My proudest political achievement is, without a doubt, serving as co-chair of the Polk County Democrats with Tom Henderson from 1998 to 2000. We started with $400 and a computer in a box. In 8 months, we raised $100,000. We funded our GOTV program, and we delivered a 30,000 vote margin out of Polk County to help elect Tom Vilsack as the first Democratic governor in 32 years. My kids didn't see much of me that year. They ate a lot of pizza. But I'll tell you that election night in 1998 was euphoric. It's the best feeling in the world to work that hard and win. And you all know, if you're involved in politics, that's what keeps you going. I'm also proud of starting the Democratic Women's Fundraising events, which have raised tens of thousands of dollars and continue today in Polk County. I learned that being county chair is a thankless, hard job, and I made a whole lot of lifelong friends doing it. I want to leave you tonight with several quotes from some Democratic women who I admire. From Eleanor Roosevelt: "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived through this. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do." I told myself a lot that when I was county chair. From Congressman Barbara Jordan: "The imperative is to define what is right and do it." And perhaps my favorite, from a woman who I've had the privilege of meeting and spending some time with, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi: "Anybody who's ever dealt with me knows not to mess with me." Well said, Madam Speaker.